Right, so this is the cheesy lame part of it, so don't judge me.
I won't judge you.
But smile. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new episode of Daniel P Spills the Tea. I'm of course Daniel P Stylist and I'm honoured to be joined by one of my long-time favourite model slash influencers, Sarah Czarnuch. Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be so much fun.
As you know by now, this series is all about exposing and addressing the issues within the industry from our own personal experience and honest opinion. So at any time you can like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel and give us a follow on Instagram. I'll pop up the handles now-ish. And also shout out to Laura that did Sarah's makeup today.
I wish I could say I naturally came here looking like this, but no, we had
Not
Laura.
far off.
Because you know, I'm so low-key, chill, low maintenance, Geelong girl.
Yeah, tap water.
Yeah, tap water. I don't touch the sparkling shit.
She's a humble ass, this one, but at the same time, completely respect the fact that you respected this enough to go, no, I'm getting my hair and makeup done.
If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right.
And we're gonna look good. Sarah is a model and an influencer, and that's something that I definitely wanted to discuss further on my channel from the mouth of one. I also wanted to approach one that I have a lot of respect for, one that I've worked with several times.
How many times?
I actually think you are the one girl I have worked with the most.
Yes.
In the industry and even personally photographed the most.
Yeah. Because my
I'll probably have the slideshow going through.
Yeah, just Well, competitive wise, when I asked that question, I was like, if there's one other model, if it was potentially Rhea, I want you to go and calculate because if you did 13 with her, I want to do 14.
But I have known you longer though.
I love her. I loved working with her.
Yeah, we love you, doll.
Sorry.
It was model first, obviously.
Yes.
Pageant model?
It went
influencer?
wannabe attempted model, pageant path, got into modelling through the pageant pathway, and then obviously social media.
It's very balanced for you still. Like you're a working model.
Yes.
One that's working with commercial clients and you are taken as a serious influencer because you do have an influence on social media.
I try to, at least.
You do! And you go to an effort. Just like you did coming here today.
Oh, definitely. I don't become lazy or complacent with anything that I'm putting up. I try to not rehash and continually do the same thing. I'm not going to copy and mimic what anyone else is doing. I'm like, what are people not doing?
Yeah, same. Let's start with the fact that you are from Geelong.
G-Town.
Born and raised.
Love it, live and breathe it. Went to university, studied in Geelong. I would send my images off to agencies and it was always just hard-nosed. Top 4 agencies in Melbourne said no. So I was like, okay, fantastic. I auditioned for Top Model when I was 16. Yeah.
Oh.
Alex Perry actually said to me, you need to dye your hair dark, thicken up your eyebrows, and you need to go see agencies. At 15 years of age, I was like,
excuse me?
Yes.
What does Alex Perry know?
Like,
yes.
The photo of me with my hair has, 13 likes on MySpace.
Yes.
Like, and you think your razor thin hair is a bee's knees.
Was it like feathered at the end?
It was me out in the backyard with my mum and a leg razor, thinning it out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so God bless her.
Razor Tracy.
Biggest support. She fits in with the story.
She does all the way till now.
And so I just finished my degree and then...
Which was?
I studied marketing journalism, sorry. Deakin University.
I know, but they don't.
Yeah, got that piece of paper and then I think within 2 months of completing it, I got a wild card into a beauty pageant and I ended up winning it. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even have a spray tan. I took it.
Oh my god. How did you survive the swimsuit round?
Won it, ended up, living in Malaysia for a little bit, representing Australia, doing all that. I sort of came back, got this meeting with this agency and I thought, okay, I've got a crown, I've got a title.
Literally, you had a crown.
I had a crown.
Why don't you borrow that one day?
Oh, I should have bought it with...
Could you imagine you sitting here in a crown just nonchalant? Yes.
Casually. So I went in, had the meeting. I ended up leaving the room and I built up a habit from this in the modelling industry. I always now go to the door after I leave and I'll just listen and get feedback because you never get unfiltered feedback in this industry.
No, you don't.
Everyone's nice to your face and then they go in a different direction. I heard the director of the agency say, look, she's a pretty girl, very photogenic. There's just nothing special about her face.
Right.
This was prior to getting signed. Yeah.
Right.
So I was like,
which is even harder time to hear it because you really are just looking for that door to open.
Yeah, and it was just...
Instead you had your ear pressed up against the closed one and you heard the truth. And you're like, oh, bugger.
Your face isn't that special. Just one night, I happened to be out at Eve Bar.
Oh, Ava.
In a bright pink bandage
That'll
dress, a couple of vodka sodas deep, and I met the director of Giant Management.
Cool.
And she gave me her card, said to email her on Monday, and then the rest was history. I walked into the meeting.
Scouted at a club.
Scouted at a nightclub.
Yeah.
And at 22 years of age, everyone told me a model's career is done at 21. So I've thought, if I can keep modelling until I'm 31, it's a real to everyone that said I couldn't do it.
Absolutely. Well, you basically almost have.
I know.
Not to disclose.
Not to disclose my
But
age.
yeah, you heard that response about your face, which awful, firstly, and completely untrue, secondly. But it is also your face that makes you appear more youthful. The pageant world would have then helped you with travel, exposure, media.
The event scene, it was not run by Instagram. Influencers, that term didn't exist. I went to an event for the Grand Prix and there was a lot of girls that were all Chadwick models at the time who are now powerhouses in the influencer sphere. They were like working the door as just door models. So it's like interesting to see it sort of have flipped and been turned on its head. You would only get invited if you were a name, like a celebrity.
Or if you had a crown.
Yeah, if you had a crown.
Yeah.
Funnily enough for me, in order to go to these events, and I cringe
Oh, did you have to wear
thinking
it?
about this, I didn't have to wear the crown. but
Because I would have worked it.
I had to wear the sash, and if I would forget my sash, because I've come from Geelong.
It just slipped off.
My manager at the time would be like, it's cool, I've got one in my bag. Like, she knew. I would spill drinks on it. I would do anything to not wear this sash.
Yeah.
But that was when I sort of learnt the importance of getting the media attention, being, you know, featured in the Herald Sun, and being able to network, being able to meet people. I think a lot of people that now go to events, they think the important thing is going there and it's about getting a photo, showing that you were there. Those people don't necessarily utilise the position that they're in now because they don't know the power of old school networking.
Talking.
Yeah, talking.
Interacting.
The amount of times I've gone to an event, there's been girls there, we haven't engaged, they haven't attempted to engage, but then afterwards they're commenting on my photo, going, oh babe, so sorry I didn't get a chance to see you. All just this social media facade.
Yes, it is. And whenever I've seen you at events, we've always had time to chat. But if you've been invited by PR, you have to show that you were there, which means you have to post. You will only post, naturally, if you get a good photo.
Absolutely.
So I've seen you. I can't remember if I interrupted you. I think I even went to sit in your lap.
I think you
as a
laid
joke,
across
like
me
yes,
once.
as a gag,
Yeah.
and you were like, "I just need to get this photo first," and I was like, "Got it,
Yeah.
totally understand."
And even
'Cause
hearing
it's
that
not-
kills
'cause it's
my
not
soul.
like, oh, but I understand
Yeah,
though. Like I
yeah.
wasn't like, "Bitch."
I've always taken my event going or event attendance as work. A lot of girls will spend the whole time, they'll be getting photos, they'll be doing this, they'll be Snapchatting this. My whole thing is walk through the door, get my photo done, upload photo, phone goes in the bag, and then I'm present.
Yes.
And that's the way I do everything. I have the ability to be able to switch off between work Sarah and then real Sarah. If I'm at a work event, it will always come first. I very seldom drink at work events.
Yep.
If I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink with my friends and we're going to go to Lammy's in Geelong.
And enjoy it.
Exactly.
Again, with your phone away.
Yeah.
So you can be present.
Exactly.
That's why another reason I don't like going to events, because you can't really talk to anyone. People are so distracted or influenced by their surroundings.
Oh,
that
yeah.
They either won't talk to you or they'll be a different person, so you can't actually engage with them.
I remember my sister, she came with me to an event and it was sort of like an overnight stay at a glamping event. So my sister, for context, she's an absolute glamazon. She just sort of went weird throughout the night and I couldn't figure out why. When we got back to our tent, I sort of asked her and I said, oh, what's the deal? And she said, I don't know how you function in this world. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, I was having an amazing conversation and we were getting on so well and I thought they were funny. But then all of a sudden, when it went time for like taking photos and we were all tagging one another, when I gave him my Instagram handle and he realized you were the one with the influencer following, not me, his attention diverted straight to you. And she just said she's never ever experienced people that are just talking to you specifically for your following. She's like, how do you trust people? How do you know people are being genuine with you? You do not know.
No, you don't, but you can be aware of it, which you so are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, so smart, this one. You will always be very open about everything, but you'd always know exactly what moves to make and what not to do.
Sometimes I think alignments are good alignments and then all of a sudden I get burnt. But I learned, you know, if you touch the stove and you get burnt, you don't touch the stove again.
No, it's like
And
biting the cupcake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow.
A model is not who I am. It's what I do.
It's what you do.
And I separate the two. There's relationships with work people and there's acquaintances and then there's actual friends. A lot of people start meshing the two and then it becomes quite messy or they think that people are their friends and they're only using them for certain things and it's just... I don't
That
know.
last one especially is very apparent in our industry.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've been invited to events. few times, you know, I'll sort of email back and I'll be a bit cheeky and go, oh yeah, I'm just going to bring my girlfriend along. And but I've previously had certain PR agencies come back to me and go, who's your friend? What's their following? So I'm expected to select my friends based upon their following. That's creating this environment where we're expected to stay within our own. When striking up with conversation with someone, I don't ask them how many followers they've got before I allow this connection to take place.
100%. So this is something that I remember. You went to an event when it came to taking the media photos, the models / influencers, they were grouped by the amount of followers they had. Because I don't think people would know about it.
No, people don't know about this kind of thing. And this isn't to can events. I mean, if I didn't like going to them, I wouldn't go to them. And if there wasn't a purpose. But every now and then there is an event that comes along that makes me go, why do I do this to myself? This is exhausting. And this event in particular, this was 3 years ago now. Yeah,
you remember?
I can recall it. I know exactly what event, I know exactly what PR agency organised, and I know exactly who it was there. They virtually had our names on a piece of paper with our followings next to it, and they were like, yep, let's get these. And then that concept in itself is a bit yucky, but
yeah, it is
whatever.
Gross, but it happens.
There was this one poor girl, it really genuinely upset her because she was in the group shot.
So they literally pulled her out.
They pulled her physically out of the shot because
she didn't meet the quota.
Yeah. For me, just seeing that effect on another person, I align that with like old school bullying, like just bitchy schoolgirl attitude.
Yes, it is schoolyard hierarchy, and it is all dictated by social media, which is completely two-dimensional.
Yeah. But then you've got the people sort of sitting back at home and watching these photos upload on social media and going, oh, these people are hanging out and these people, and it's like, yeah, sometimes they're hanging out, sometimes it's completely constructed.
That's sad because I've been, the last media wall I did, I wanted a photo with my client because I was going with her. They ushered us up to the media wall and then they were like basically positioned her, and I'm like, is it cool if I get one with her firstly, but do you want me to do it first or after? And the photographer was just so rude and so annoyed. He was just like, oh, just get in now, literally click, and he was like, get out. I know I'll never see that photo. I can't remember if it was me who overtly laughed at him. Like, I was like, are you serious? There was people behind him that even were like, oh, that was harsh.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes it's not even based on a social media following. Sometimes it's just media. They're like, you know what? I know if these two girls are photographed together, that it will get press because this person's this and this person's this, or this person's dating this person, or, you know, that's a whole.
Or they just happen to be dating that person.
Yeah.
Because they get photographed together.
Yeah.
People will go,
Oh, we know it's fake. We know it's this.
Yeah.
But they don't realise to what extent.
Yeah.
But then also what kind of industry it creates for us to have to work within. I know if I see you at an event, you're going to talk to me.
I try to be consistent, be consistently nice.
And genuine, which you are.
Do you know what I think it all comes down to though? How you were raised, and I think
100%.
you can take the girl out of Geelong, but you can't take the Geelong out of the girl.
Thank goodness.
And my sister will send photos of herself mimicking me if I'm too posy, or if it keeps you grounded.
Yeah,
it doesn't
does.
make you, because if you're constantly surrounded by this kind of thing,
Oh.
it becomes normal and it becomes second nature.
It's fire fueling fire though.
Exactly.
I'm the same. I'm surrounded with people that aren't in the industry.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have to snap me out of it a lot of the time because I always get into such a deep hole. My fiance is the best for that because he will call me out. Yeah, when you see people that only surround themselves with people that from their same little clique, they're all fueling each other, all bullshitting, all pissing in each other's pockets. They're just walking around with urine sloshing everywhere, and it's like, you know, bad
Great
analogy.
visual.
Yeah, gorgeous.
There are girls within the industry that I have clicked with. Realness attracts realness. There's real and then there's real. Being real to me is not being real on social media. I mean, I kind of get criticized because all my photos are quite curated. I've got hair and makeup done, and to a lot of people that's not real. For me, being real is how I am when I'm not on my phone.
Again, it goes back to, but it's your business.
Yeah,
How would you rock up to work?
Exactly.
Would you rock up looking like a slob? That is your work environment.
For me, it's not natural to be on my phone 24/7. It's not natural to update people on my bowel movements, my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. I keep my life private. No one knows if or who I'm dating. I don't upload photos of me and a partner in bed. They're private to me. I don't judge anyone that does that. If that comes natural to you and you are a sharey person, fantastic.
Yes.
Share away. I share fashion and beauty. I'll upload a bit of Racy Tracy. A bit of fitness there.
Yeah.
Bit of Racy Tracy. Because I am human, I'm not a robot. I have got a family.
Yeah, she has a mum, believe it or not.
She's great. She's great. She's from Day Dot. She was taking my Instagram photos.
Hi, Mum.
Shout out, Mum. there is definitely not one way to do social media. You have to do it in a way that's right for you.
I agree, and I'm exactly the same, which is why people misjudge me, because I'm a stylist and my job is to make things look pretty and make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah.
So imperfection isn't part of my brand, but I try to embrace the reality with my voice through doing this series. Because of our industry, we do have to sort of adhere to this certain standard of visual appropriateness. Things do have to look polished most of the time, and that is what the viewers are conditioned to appeal to.
Exactly, and it's coming from a higher level. Let's be honest here, those makeup-free photos are as just curated as the makeup ones are.
Yes.
But unless you are living, breathing the Truman Show, showing every aspect of your life, you're choosing to show these unfiltered moments at these unfiltered times. That's the reality.
Realness is obviously in here. As corny as it sounds, let's see it.
Some of us just want to post our work and some of us want to post our real life. I don't really think there's a right or wrong, it's just you do you.
I've just tried to keep focus on my work because I see my Instagram as like a folio. I very often post myself, but I do because I need people to know that I exist and that I am a person behind the work. A lot of people don't know that I'm in a relationship or that I'm engaged. And Maurice is barely ever in my social content because he hates it. Because he's not like a big whore in front of the lens, I don't ever feel like I need to like do it for him. Could you imagine if when you end up locking in a lucky man job, right?
Not, we'll go with when.
Did you love how I quickly changed that up as well? I was like, when? How hard it must be for some girls that have a following like yours and are so influential on social media to then have to question like their partner's motives. You just be like, oh my god, is he with me just because of my follower count?
This is a few years ago now, but I once had a male model / influencer like contact me. I'd never met him, but he basically said, I think like we should hook up as a duo. I think it'll be like advantageous.
Who was it?
Huh?
I'm doing this so I can't use it. Who was it?
Huh? I don't want to say.
Oh, you wouldn't tell me off camera?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No. Yeah, basically said, it would be advantageous for us to hook up. You know, I feel like my following will help your following. And I was just like, I work in an industry where I get very like little say in what I do, what I wear, who I work with, all those. You think something as pure to me as a relationship, I'm going to create this false facade and go for it? I didn't realise that this kind of thing happened. And so for me, it was quite an eye-opening thing. Are people doing this? Or, you know, and then...
People are doing it.
Yeah, and then you sit and you look at other relationships and you're like,
Yeah, clocked. I clock it all the time.
Yeah.
Especially if they go on TV together.
Oh.
You're like, oh. Like the dating shows.
Oh, yeah.
Which is exactly the same mentality. You're happy to get paired up with someone knowing that as a couple, you're going to get media attention and you're going to have some sort of success with an audience.
The viewers get tricked into believing that it was this big courting romance and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I know. I haven't been courted.
Same, babe, same.
This is where it comes back to being from Geelong. I don't ever think dating this person, what can I get from them?
Yeah.
I just think, what are their morals? Are they close with their mum?
But people do it.
Yeah.
And it's happening.
Scary, but...
We now see people will do anything.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what's scary, because that fuels young girls or young men into striving for that. Like, that's a goal now.
They aspire to fame for the sake of being famous. What do you want to do with that? Is it because you don't want to work? Is it because you think you're going to get this amount of money? Or because if I was motivated solely by money, I wouldn't be in this industry. Like, I don't think
Hear it
people
from us,
realise.
guys.
Basically, with the modelling industry, the reason what I love about it and the reason why COVID-19 affected my work, it hasn't affected my ability to do Instagram posts.
Yes.
But it's affected my ability to turn up on set and work with photographers, stylists, makeup artists. That's what I love about the industry. That's why I do it. Those passion projects. I love learning about new brands, especially beauty brands. So that's why I tend to be more selective about what I do.
This is a great time to plug.
Oh, GT Mag. From that, I sort of created the column.
Remember when we got the cover?
Oh, amazing. Getting that particular shot on the cover wasn't about...
With the lino.
yes, the lino, the Bunnings lino in the backyard. Loved it. But I remember thinking, how good is this? How excited are you about this? Because
we shared it.
Well, because as creatives, that's what you get excited about. That's why you do what you do. Looking through my screenshots that I took of like all the images, and I might make sure you edit this one, this one, this one. It would be a process where everyone would be...
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I would go through my
That's right. I forgot that. It's been a while since we've done a shoot. But yeah, you would. You'd be like, give me the camera. And she'd take photos of the viewfinder. She'd give me options. She wasn't like, only this one, only this one.
Only from the left side of the right side.
Yeah. Because I can never choose because literally almost every single one I love.
Oh.
You know, because it's so photogenic. It made my
but
life.
not a special face. Let's remember that.
You're showing them, that's for sure.
Well, funnily enough, that agency is no longer with us.
What does that say?
I'm still here.
What do you know? We've got way off topic.
Yeah.
You would not survive in a model house.
I lived in a model house.
Where?
In Singapore. With 16 other people. Without a pillow. I guarantee you, any model that has modelled in Singapore and has come back has an appreciation for the industry here because the industry here is so cushy. Go overseas, I moved into an apartment with 16 other people. There were ants crawling everywhere. I would go and I would be told I was shooting for 4 hours. The 4 hours would extend to 16 hours without me getting paid anymore. They wouldn't feed you. They wouldn't give you water. They would time you on your toilet.
I'm out already.
They would
I was out at ants.
Shocking. They would time you on your toilet breaks. So
Are you serious?
Yeah, so you'd be subtracted your money while you were going to the toilet. Anyone that works with me now knows whenever they're like offering me water, I'm like, no, I'm good. Do you need the toilet? No, I'm good, because Singapore taught me. You get in, you get out, you do your job, and then that's it. I was working for top tier jewelry brands in Singapore. I did one jewelry show and I had a necklace worth €5 million and my own security guard. We hadn't been fed all day. This poor Russian girl, she was just like, sort of like swaying, and I was like, honey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Anyway, we do the show. She ends up collapsing and falling down the stairs. They carry her in. There's blood bruised everywhere. The director of the jewelry company, he just goes, quick, check the diamonds. They're paying you. You're getting a check, so just keep your mouth closed and do your job.
And you're so lucky that you had that experience under your belt to then have perspective once you come back to our industry locally. That's so valuable.
I think that's why, you know, I'm always going to offer a unique perspective on the industry because I wasn't a girl that was signed at 16. Like, I have had to claw my way to even get acknowledged in the industry. So that's why I'm appreciative of it, and that's why I view it as work and I take everything professionally. I think there are so many girls that just idolize this perception of what it is, but they don't have the ability to work for it.
Plus, everyone's trained to instant success these days.
Oh, absolutely.
Go viral, you're done.
Yeah, TikTok.
Sex tape, you're done.
Oh, well, that's
TikTok, whatever.
That's something I didn't try, but you know.
You took the long route. Oh, pun not intended. No, it wasn't. So throughout your career, you spent a lot of time, obviously, with agents and building up your career within an agency.
Yeah.
And then you went freelance, and then I think you were with an agent, and then you went freelance again, and you're now with an agent. Why, firstly, did you leave an agency? In turn, why did you go back?
Well, so I started as freelance because obviously couldn't get signed with an agency, but I did sort of have that control issue with handing over control, but they were a well-established agency. They got me amazing jobs. They got me my international contract. And then the dynamics and the landscape of the modelling industry with social media completely changed.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you'd be anonymous. You would have a comp card and you'd go to a casting.
Yeah.
They would look at your measurements, look at your walk, and they'd book you. Then it became a point where you would have to put down your social media handle.
I remember that.
And a following number. You were getting packaged out with sort of jobs. We will charge this amount for the modelling rate, and then if you would like her to post a photo from the campaign or behind the scenes, it would be this amount. There was a lot more power and higher rates if you had a bigger social media following. I didn't have a big social media following at this point early on. So then that was when my agency encouraged me to sort of promote. As I sort of grew, my agency didn't really grow with the industry. They weren't facilitating the social media side of things well enough. I noticed a huge decline in modelling work, and I just sort of thought, you know what, I can sort of handle this on my own.
Yeah.
So I handled all my social media stuff, and then they handled my modelling work. Then I got approached by a management company, and they were like, we can see you doing this, and this. We want to represent you. And I sort of thought, fantastic. The modelling work is declining. I don't really know how to handle this. If they can get me some good jobs, fantastic.
And by this stage, you had a good following?
I had, a good following. I probably had about 80,000.
Doubled from the 40.
Yeah.
We were having a laugh before, because I still remember when I sent her virtual gold inflated balloons that spelt out 40k. That was her next milestone when we were shooting. And I'm like, when you get to 40k, I'll send you balloons. So I sent them virtually on Facebook. Where are you now?
I am now 120.
Bam. I'll send you balloons when you get to 200. Real ones this time.
Actual real ones.
Done.
To Geelong.
I may jump out of the cake or something. She's really hoping she doesn't get to 200 now.
Yeah. Yeah, so then anyway, I went to this management company and it wasn't the best move for me. I don't regret it because I think it was right for me to leave my modelling agency. I just don't think this particular management company was good for me. But what I learnt from them and how to represent myself was invaluable. I learnt how to send out packages of media kits of myself. I learnt a lot of like contacts. When I then left that, I went out on my own for close to 2 years.
Yeah, it was wild.
I was working more than I've ever worked in my life. I was working for brands that I'd always wanted to work for. I landed an ambassador role with Mercedes-Benz. That was huge, and this was all independent on my own. Just recently, I've just signed with new management. Shout out management, love them. Because I've sort of gotten to a point now where I want to work in tandem with someone. I've got goals. You need that other person working for you. No one's going to work for you as hard as you work for yourself, but it is nice to have someone to bounce ideas off, to have that objective view of, if you're doing this, how does this look? You can take a step back, but you're never going to see yourself clearly.
No, and you'll be clouded by your own personal judgment of yourself.
Exactly. Shooting out booking confirmations to ensure that if you turned up on set, that they weren't going to get you to work and then not pay you. I've sort of even noticed in the current climate with the situation, the way that things are, a lot of clients have gone MIA with outstanding invoices.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. So you're just having that security blanket of an agency around you.
Yep, and that's same with creatives as well. You self-style. And as a stylist, I shouldn't encourage that. But in this specific case,
yes,
I do. Because we're doing shoots. And then I think it was the Spring Racing Carnival.
Yeah.
And you already had sort of half-baked looks.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, do you want to jump in and
I had a bag, but I was naked, pretty much.
Yes.
Yes.
The fringe bag.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I know. That's got to come up.
Gotta come up. Street photographers were just following around. They're like, is that a puppy?
Yeah. No, it's a handbag.
It's a handbag keep-up. Fashion. I've already made some contacts. Do you want to like collaborate, knock out all my Spring Racing looks together? I loved how much input you had, but you were like, I love dressing myself. I am a control freak.
Which you would have learned when we were, working together.
Oh, not more so than I've learned from other people. But
yeah.
But you were very upfront about it.
Yeah.
I always get excited when I know you're going somewhere. As soon as like your hair and makeup started for the day, I'm like,
Always going.
and I'm always floored. I see your final look and I'm like, bitch, you nailed it.
Aww.
And it's always so edgy and refreshing, and you source your inspiration again from international figures, which is great. You make it an important factor to not look like everyone else. But I wanted to hear your perspective on it.
With my sort of self-styling, if I can go back to the hideous sash, and I would first of all start going to events, I would go on a website like boohoo.com when they had 50% off, and so I would take these cheap little throwaway dresses and I would go, okay.
Tease them up.
And I had to, because I was going to so many events and I was a uni student and I didn't have money to be buying dresses weekly, and Instagram wasn't a thing, so I sort of learned how to work with pieces but sort of elevate them and think outside the box, and that's sort of where my love for it sort of came. And
I can relate to that as a stylist starting out, when all you have is things you find at Savers or op shops.
Yeah, as Instagram sort of came into its full force, people were looking for these Instagram moments. I sort of started to challenge myself a little bit. I was like, okay, like let's step away from the short dresses and like let's chuck on a suit.
Or a lace jumpsuit.
To me,
at the polo.
That black lace jumpsuit at the polo, to me, in my mind, the first moment where I tried something a little bit different, I had a crack.
You didn't really care.
Yeah.
Like I high-fived you that day.
I remember
I was just like, you went there. Because it was like white linen dress, wedges, white linen dress, wedges, straw hat. And you're just like, what's good?
The feedback that I got from people at the event made me love it that much more. And I almost became addicted to sort of having these moments, creating it. There were some people there that were a bit like, I got a few looks and they weren't great. Of course,
all the beige people.
But
you had me being like,
yes!
And to get that from a stylist as well,
Of course.
I would be able to tell
I'd be like,
guys, that's nice.
Choices.
I'm always careful to not rehash the same look, but also a lot of girls I've sort of spoken to, and I've tried styling myself, but I run out of ideas. They just
free stuff.
They go too hard trying to be different every look. You still need to stay within your parameters and not to be different for the sake of being different.
Yeah, or to shock, just for the shock factor. Keep the taste levels there, know what suits you.
No, exactly.
Which is why I say you style yourself. You don't dress yourself, you style yourself. You take all that into consideration. Hair, makeup, you know what suits you. You know what you're comfortable in as well. I obviously get lookbooks, right? I will have key looks where I'm like, need that, need that, need that. Next minute, Sarah's wearing all my key looks. But that just shows that I've already validated most of your looks. Like a good example is the Etwa, that 80s like metallic teal with green, wasn't it?
Yeah, loved that.
I was like, this needs to be on my rack. I don't know what for. And then I saw you at Vamp wearing it and I was like, girl. The worst thing is when I see a look I love on someone that I'm like, I don't want to say that personally, don't like. But you know, like maybe someone that's
you're like it's being wasted.
or that's not being worn correctly, like it's not styled correctly. I'm like, oh, that dress shouldn't be worn that way, it needs to be worn this way. But when I see you wearing something I love, I'm like, thank you, and tick and done.
There are some times where you are going to doubt yourself. That metallic look in particular, I remember it was still light outside and I was walking up to Vamp and I was parked a mile away.
You found the free parking.
Yeah, the free parking,
Yeah.
of course, being thrifty. And I was getting all these looks and I thought, what have you done?
But it was
Sarah?
Vamp, people knew.
No, but I was thinking, do I look like the Tin Man? And then as soon as I got there, all the media, everything was like, oh my God, this outfit, as soon as I uploaded the photo. So it's, no matter how self-assured you are in your look or how much you love it, there are those voices of doubt from the general public that sometimes I think, oh, will this be well received?
Which is what scares people out of taking risks.
That same Vamp year, there was a particular Etwa oversized black pearled coat.
But
I'm going to wear it without pants and wear it as a dress. I had a couple of pins in it. Sorry, Cynthia, I probably didn't tell her I'd pinned it.
I don't think she cares. You probably sold that coat out.
What can I do with hair and makeup? And
Wasn't it?
I'd never done wet. Yeah, it was like a wavy wet look before.
Yes.
And one of my girlfriends who's an amazing makeup artist, Carla.
Love you, Carla.
We love
She's
Carla.
incredible.
I knew she could do
Does she
the
do her
look.
hair as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're going to do a look and you are going to do a certain particular hairstyle that is tricky, find out who can nail the look that you want to do and go to them for that look rather than getting a hair and makeup artist and sort of forcing them into that.
yes, that's
Go to what people
perfect
specialise in.
advice. Same with stylists.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want a certain look, go to that stylist that has the aesthetic.
I even know that coat look in particular. I was like, yeah, I want to do sleek hair and a long ponytail. I put the coat on and I had a big oversized coat and a little pinhead. So
Yes, see, proportion.
Volume.
Well done.
I had to figure that out. So we put some lube in and we went to Fashion Week and the rest
Fabulous.
is history.
So I googled you. Have you ever googled yourself?
No. Oh god, what?
The top results: Miss Tourism,
Former Miss Tourism.
then diet, height and weight, plastic surgery. So people clearly are interested in really, you know,
the mind,
the core values.
Yeah,
of
my core values, my
Sarah and
morals,
who
my
she
mind,
is.
my interests.
However, leads us into a very necessary topic that we need to discuss that actually happened once again because I felt like I haven't seen it happening, and it happened last week and you were like, well, isn't this a good time?
Yeah, topical.
Something I have no tolerance for. And unfortunately you yourself have been a victim of, I would say, body shaming.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going in on your physique, on your shape.
It was something that had surprised me because for a few years now I've had comment controls on my Instagram.
Some people don't know about comment control.
Basically, if you go into your Instagram settings, you can block certain words. Certain insulting words that are currently coming up.
And I was shocked to hear some of the words that she had to block out.
So I've just blocked those words. The people that are leaving those negative comments, they assume that their comment goes through. It doesn't actually go through. It helps my mental health, so I'm not constantly reading these negative words being thrown at me on a day-to-day basis. I brought a post to Daniel's attention. So this particular brand decided to reshare an image of me because I was wearing their product. For starters, I didn't tag the brand.
And you had purchased the product.
I'd purchased the product, so therefore I didn't tag the brand because I bought it. It was actually a post for another brand.
There you go.
Because people can do that. They can mismatch.
They can. Well,
brands.
girls got to wear shoes.
Exactly. The brand took the image, posted it on their social media. Now this brand, I obviously realised didn't have comment controls because by clicking on the image, I was bombarded with 50 plus negative comments initially.
By the time you sent it to me and I started screenshotting, by that stage there was only, but there was a handful. But then there was also comments left up from people that were supporting you and at least telling people just to give it a rest. And I was like, wait a second, how bad did it get that people had to pipe in? But numerous people being like, can you stop?
Initially, just a whole bunch of negative comments. There was not one positive comment left on the page. I had not seen that level for years. I used to just not say anything, but I thought, no, this is all negative. I do not deserve this.
No,
this
you
is
don't.
just disgusting. So I just piped up and I basically said to one girl, because she was basically calling the brand
I
out
hate that, eh?
for deleting negative comments.
Yeah.
And I just said, excuse me, that's not a form of censorship. They're actually silencing body shaming. So how dare you, what I think is disgusting is not the censorship, what I think is disgusting is what I'm currently reading.
Yeah.
As horrible as it was to read those things about myself, I loved seeing the amount of women that once I sort of spoke up, that came in and sort of said, yeah, this isn't okay. A lot of them were sticking up for the ideal that it's not okay to shame women's bodies. So it's quite sad to actually formulate this into a sentence, but uploading a photo of myself and reading the words disgusting, it's water off a duck's back to me because I've heard it.
Which is so sad.
It's to
get to that point where you're like, I've heard of that many times.
Wow, you think I'm disgusting? Cool.
I mean, great that you've created some form of immunity to it. That can crack. That can still hurt you.
Exactly. You get any person, you get them on a bad day at work, or you get them when they've got relationship problems. It can take that one comment and that can be it for them. You know, you can break a person with that type of negativity. And I'd be lying if I said I read all those comments late at night and then head hit the pillow and I fell to sleep. Like, it still does affect me.
You wouldn't be verbally attacking this girl if she was plus size, but you feel like it's okay because she's a size 6.
I'm a size 6 model, yes, but I'm also just uploading an image of myself. I'm not being employed by the brand. They're resharing an image of a size 6 girl. A size 6 is a size that you can get on a rack.
It's a real size.
It's a size I've got
adult clothing.
It's a size that a lot of other girls wear too. So to say I'm unrealistic, I'm disgusting, I'm perpetrating eating disorders, I've been told to go kill myself. I've been told to throw myself off the Westgate Bridge. So specifics, they've found a specific bridge. This isn't me telling people to buy my ebook and my exercise plan, and
You're not glamorizing anything.
I'm not glamorizing it. I'll share my workout routines, but I won't share reps. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to profit off my body type and shame other body types, that this is aspirational.
Yours as like aspirational.
As a perfect ideal.
Yes.
All I do is share images of myself in outfits like everybody else does. I don't talk about it to people. I don't even talk about it to my family that often anymore because I just feel like I'm whinging.
No, you should never feel like that.
No matter what you do, it doesn't silence them.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. There are a lot of things that I never used to speak about because people didn't understand or they think I'm whinging or blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like, do you know what? I don't care. Because you know what helps that situation? Talking about it.
Oh, absolutely.
So using a voice, having a positive voice, and like you said, not chucking it up in your stories and like making a fool of them, blah, blah, blah. They've done that themselves already. Showing that you're human and showing that you have feelings and that you're vulnerable. And can I just say as well, when we were shooting like once a month together, and there were people, I don't remember who, and it's completely irrelevant, but there were some people that were like, she's very thin. And I was like, okay. And they're like, is she alright? I can't answer that. Firstly, it's none of my business, you know, unless we were like besties.
Yeah.
I can say one thing. I think you're the only girl I've ever worked with on set who has had the same amount of stamina from literally the moment you grace us with your presence in the morning, you know, with a joke, to the point where we brutally abuse you throughout the day with like temperatures, pins and stuff like that. You will be like, we're not finishing till we're done. Never cut it short. And this is a girl that we had in a freezing cold warehouse. As you've seen in my past videos, this is the girl that endured the milk bath. So cold, and we had camera issues where they had to go get a new camera whilst we were filming and keep you in the bath.
I didn't realise that happened.
Oh, they didn't tell you.
Oh.
I thought you did know and you're like, just leave me in
No,
here.
because I couldn't hear because my ears were under the water.
Oh, they were just like, we're having camera issues?
Yeah.
That was the wrong camera.
Oh, wow.
Or it broke or something. Trial and error, but we did it. But you were like, okay. That 2-day shoot put a lot of pressure on you, and it was a passion project. Aside from all the shoots we've done on the beach when it's cold, you've never whinged, you've never shown any sign of fatigue. You're 100% from the start of the day to the very end of the day. But if that says anything about her well-being, then that can't be bad.
No.
In my eyes.
No.
And I know at one stage you were studying nutrition. So you're obviously very educated on what you put in your body.
Oh, definitely.
Right? And there are size 6 girls out there that eat crap, that don't look after themselves. Not to say to project it on them, but it's like...
that is my frame naturally. I live a very healthy lifestyle, I live a very boring lifestyle. Eating right, exercising, drinking water, getting up early for work, for Pilates. Like sometimes I've got a 5 a.m. start.
I know, I see. I'm getting up at 8. You do what's good for you. Whatever people want to take in from your appearance, leave it at home. Just shut up.
Yes, please.
Just shut up.
Please, I'd really appreciate it if you shut up.
She doesn't want to hear this stuff.
No, I don't want
It's damaging, it's irresponsible, it's immature, and it's also extremely outdated now because people know that this is wrong.
People know better. That's the worst
Yes.
thing, is coming for me and the way that I look with this faked concern isn't cool, because deep down...
Yeah, because they
if
try to
you-
disguise it.
Yeah,
We're just
or
afraid that
I'm
she's
just-
unhealthy.
I'm just concerned. No one has ever come into my DMs and actually asked me. It's always public. It's always in a shameful kind of way. And I don't think it's ever shameful to be any particular size. If you're looking after yourself and you're healthy, anyone that actually actively follows me knows how healthy I am.
I know. What message do you have to these stupid keyboard trolls and these body shamers?
I'll keep it PG because there's certain things I want to say. You just honestly need to understand and be aware that there is someone on the other side of those comments that you're getting. I'm a person. I'm reading all of them, and while they're not affecting me because I know you're just trying to be hurtful, you do need to understand that I'm not like everyone else. Your comments may be a trigger for someone. Know that your words do have consequences, and just speak to people, for the love of God, how you want to be spoken to.
Otherwise, keep bloody scrolling.
Keep bloody scrolling.
Or unfollow. Is there any misconceptions that people have of you that you've heard that's come back to you where you're like, wow, not true, let me school you?
I think a lot of people think I'm younger than what I am.
Same.
It's probably because I do
I know, people
lie.
would never think that you're 46.
I know, I'm a good-looking 46-year-old.
Then that makes me like 67.
People think I lack a personality. I think
I can speak for you and say it's the complete opposite. You
Yeah.
make me feel like I'm bland.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, because if you combine the fact that you're very intelligent, you're street smart, you're switched on, and you're witty,
Stop it.
no, it's true.
Keep going,
though.
keep
But
going.
it's such an asset on top of the fact that you are beautiful and stylish and all that. So then completely humble and G-Town girl. This is why I wanted you here.
Aw.
That's another reason why possibly some people have to go in with the hate comments, because they're like, oh God, she's making me feel really shit about myself.
A lot of people sort of have the ability to be able to project their personality online. I don't know how to naturally do it, so therefore I don't really.
But you know how you do it? In your captions.
In your captions and the hashtags.
You have your wittiness and your sense of humour comes out through your captions and even through your stories, and I love them. They always make me laugh. That's how I know they're authentic and they're genuine as well. And you don't take it too seriously.
No, definitely
Like you take your work ethic seriously, but your personality, you're like, have a laugh.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
It was really exactly what I needed for this episode. I hope everyone got what they needed from this if they've watched it. If you have watched this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Comment below anything else that you'd like us to elaborate on. You can leave it there. Also share this video. I think there's a lot of things that young people, I'm not going to say young women, but young people can learn from, whether you are an aspiring model or an influencer or looking to get into our industry. Share it with people that you might find as of value, basically, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Again, follow us on Instagram. Carry it on, Sarah. What else should they do?
I had a brief stint on YouTube once upon a time. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Love you.
Who's someone that you'd like to see spill the tea?
Are we talking Melbourne or are we talking global?
Dude, we're coming out of a pandemic very much.
Oh, local?
I ain't doing FaceTime things.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not happening.
no.
No Zoom meetings for me.
I would love to see Lana Wilkinson.
Well, just wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Sponsored by Blistex.
This is that wit that I love.
Is that Blistex?
5-way lip protection. Maurice will use the toothbrush.
Oh.
We made the mistake of buying the same toothbrush.
Oh no.
The
you gotta
bamboo
do
ones,
different
because we're trying to
colours.
help the environment, but then you can't tell who's who, because they're
Yeah.
both wood.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to get to that point where
Yeah.
you're using each other's toothbrush.
Yeah.
That's true love.
I've never gotten to that point.
You will, babe. Let me
Commitment.
know when you do, doll.
Yeah, I'll do an Instagram post on it.
Yeah.
If I ever do that, kill me.
What would be my like drawing line?
Mine was like waist trainers. Like I used to always get hit up.
The fuck
with
you gotta
waist
train?
trainers. So that, a waist trainer and a smoking campaign in Thailand. I got offered $30,000 to do a smoking campaign in Thailand. And I said no.
Well, I smoke, so I probably would have done
Yeah,
that.
so you would have been like, oh,
See, free
I'll
CDs.
do it for a free pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No. Thanks, doll.
And it was not
It's
kidding.
true.